Hey there, I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro vibe for Monday, December 19th. And today the moon is in Scorpio. I've got for you some suggestions on 3 ways the Scorpio moon helps us transform. So, of course, Scorpio energy is about that process of death and rebirth. Literally, but also metaphorically, and the ways that that can show up, inviting us to let go of the past and to surrender and to move energy inside of us in ways that we may not understand. So Scorpio moon can be a time when we feel extra sensitive, extra moody, extra like, just leave me alone because I don't understand what is going on inside of me and I need to just let it happen. Because that's how emotion works, right? Emotion is energy in motion and it needs to move. And Scorpio is about the way that that energy moves inside of us. We can't explain it. And so that's why Scorpio energy is seen to be mysterious. It is why it's perceived as secretive or intense. So it's like what's happening is that somebody is experiencing changes on the inside when they're dealing with Scorpio energy. And when the moon is in Scorpio, all of us are dealing with that to some extent. And so remember that the people around you in the world are also feeling this and going through it and may not have words for it and may not even be aware that they're having this internal experience. May just be moody or pushing people away or feeling strange. So you can recognize what's going on because you know that the moon is in Scorpio. And here are 3 ways that Scorpio energy is helping us to transform to something, to become something that is even better. And so that's just a reminder and how we work with intention. Like I was talking about yesterday, and I was shared a lot about the upcoming winter solstice and Capricorn new moon and why this time of year in general is so potent. But remembering that when we set intentions, we are choosing to align with an outcome that feels powerful, that feels important, that feels meaningful. And so when we do that, when we're in our hearts and minds saying, this is what I want, this is what is important to me, this is who I am, then we're allowing that transformative Scorpio energy to help us die to things that we don't want anymore and be reborn, have rebirth to the things and the ways of being that are more true, more authentic, more meaningful, more important to us. And if we're not setting those intentions, what we're doing is we are unconsciously putting things in motion through our fears, through our resistance, through our anxieties. And so how is your fear manifesting or transforming you into something that confirms, okay, you're afraid, well, here's a good reason why you should be afraid. And that's kind of, this is kind of advanced, the concept that I'm talking about here, but so don't worry about it too much. But the idea that you're setting positive intentions, that you're aligning with a deeper truth and consciously choosing to say to the universe, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I'm willing to become, even though it might be uncomfortable for me to go through some of the things I need to go through to get there. So when you're doing that positively and affirming that for yourself, it supports this process. Okay, so the 3 things are the ways that the Scorpio moon is helping us to transform is number 1, It helps us to pay attention to the inner world of mystery. The inner world of mystery is where change happens. It's where creativity happens. It's where things can emerge from mystery, right? From what we didn't know before, from the unknown. So it allows us to just be, to feel, to experience, to, there might be some hard feelings in there that are moving through. There might be some good feelings, but the point is that energy needs to move. And if we can allow ourselves to value that inner process, how mystery is unfolding, that allows us to align with a positive process of transformation. Okay, so number one is it invites us to attend to the inner world of mystery. The second way that the Scorpio moon helps us transform is it reminds us about healthy trust. So trust is a really important piece as we're doing transformational work. We want to know what we are resting in. And so if that is a relationship, then make sure that the trust you have is based on something solid and not based on something superficial. So when you have a healthy trust, that creates what we call intimacy, and that creates the ability to heal and to feel things in a safe container. And so that's the second thing that the Scorpio moon, reason that the Scorpio moon helps us transform, our way that it helps us transform, is because it reminds us about what healthy trust means. And it asks us to ask that question. Is this a healthy form of trust? It is what I am placing my, what I'm resting on, what I'm depending on. Is that something that is trustworthy? Is it something that is safe for me to depend on? Okay, so asking that question. Number three, the third way that the Scorpio moon helps us transform is it supports the process of death and rebirth. So it helps us to let go of the past. And again, if we're consciously choosing with our intentions to let go of things that are not serving us, even if we don't know what that is, you can say, I'm choosing to let go of whatever is not serving me, and open to the idea that that is being released, and know that you don't have to understand it. You don't have to make sense out of it. You can allow that process to happen because it is a mystery. Okay, and death and rebirth is something that can bring up fears sometimes, because it means letting go of our comfort zone. It means letting go of things that we know. It might mean going through some grief. But how is that process allowing you to embrace something new? How is it allowing you to be reborn to a new way of being that is here for you to step into? And it may feel like a betrayal of the past, but it is also an affirmation of life. And so feeling those feelings, letting that energy move inside of you, is part of the transformation process. So I hope that's helpful to you in your process, and gives you some things to think about and work on as you work with the energy of the Scorpio moon and the mystery of death and rebirth, and energy moving inside of you, and just to understand that that is what is going on. Awesome. So again, check it out. Yesterday's video, a lot of good information about what we have going on in the energies this week. And I'll be back with you tomorrow to give you more details about what each day brings as we head into, we're only 2 days away now from the shortest day of the year, or the day with the least amount of sunlight in the northern hemisphere, and most if you're in the southern hemisphere. And how we can make the most of this time of transformation and getting down to the essence of what is important. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you are enjoying these videos. I thank you so much for your support. If you want to learn more about me, check out my work at astrologyheals.com. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for being here. Bye for now.